Coco Gauff unleashes powerful truths on gender wage gap. Lessons from Sabalenka, Swiatek, and Pegula. The room wasn't loud. There was no cheering, no music, no dramatic buildup. Just a single microphone and a young woman with the courage to speak a truth the world still struggles to face. Coco Gauff stood still, took a breath, and said the words that traveled faster than any tennis ball she's ever struck. Equality doesn't arrive when we're silent. It arrives when we refuse to accept less. In that instant, Coco didn't sound like a Grand Slam champion. She sounded like a movement. And standing behind her, whether in spirit, rivalry, or shared struggle, were three of the most dominant forces in modern tennis. Aryna Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Jessica Pegula. For women, for different journeys. One shared battlefield, the gender wage gap. Globe showing Europe, Africa the truth that still hurts in a billion-dollar sport. Women's tennis is beautiful. It is powerful. It is global. But even at its highest levels, the truth still stings. Women often generate massive value, yet fight endlessly to receive equal reward. Coco Gauff knows this reality intimately. Yes, she earns millions. Yes, she headlines stadiums. Yes, she carries global brands on her shoulders. But as she once said quietly, being successful doesn't erase inequality. Sometimes it just makes it easier to see. That quote alone shook the conversation, because it came not from desperation, but from dominance. Crown Coco Gauff, a champion who refuses to be comfortable in silence. Coco belongs to a new generation of athletes who refuse to follow one old rule. Be grateful. Don't question. She questions everything. The gaps, the contracts, the media narratives, the hidden assumptions that still cling to women's sports. She learned early that fighting only for yourself is small vision. Fighting for the system, that's legacy. And the moment she spoke publicly about the wage gap, she stopped being only a tennis icon. She became a global advocate for fairness. Collision Sabalenka's lesson. Power commands attention, not permission. If Coco is a voice, Aryna Sabalenka is the thunder. Her tennis isn't polite. It isn't gentle. It isn't careful. It is raw, explosive, relentless. Sabalenka's lesson to the wage gap debate isn't delivered through speeches. It's delivered through domination. She hits the ball like she's daring the system to ignore her. She wins matches the way a conqueror takes territory. And every title she earns sends one brutal message. You don't underpay someone who terrifies an entire tour. Her very existence destroys the stereotype that women's sport is soft. It's violent, it's loud, and it sells. Snowflake Swiatek's lesson. Cold excellence is the deadliest weapon. Where Sabalenka burns, Iga Swiatek freezes everything in her path. She doesn't shout. She doesn't celebrate wildly. She doesn't look back. She simply wins. Again, and again, and again. Swiatek represents the most dangerous argument against the wage gap. Consistency. No drama. No campaigns. No theatrics. Just ruthless excellence. Her lesson is quiet but terrifying. If dominance doesn't earn equality, then the system is broken beyond denial. And once a system is exposed, it never fully recovers. Brain Pegula's lesson. Understanding power from the inside. Jessica Pegula carries a different weapon, knowledge of business. She understands sponsorship structures, media rights, broadcasting economics, branding behavior. She doesn't just see the wage gap emotionally. She sees it mathematically. And that terrifies executives. Because emotion can be dismissed. Numbers cannot. Pegula knows exactly where money flows and where it mysteriously disappears. Her lesson to the gender wage gap fight is this. Equality isn't a favor. It's a contract that's overdue. Cross swords when rivals become a quiet alliance. On court, these women are enemies. They steal each other's dreams without mercy. They deny each other titles. They take each other's ranking points like war trophies. But off the court, they are bound by something deeper than rivalry, shared inequality. They don't always stand together on stage. They don't release joint statements. They don't wear matching slogans. but their impact merges into one unstoppable force. Coco speaks. Sabalenka proves. Swiatek dominates. Pegula negotiates. That combination is lethal to outdated systems. Broken heart, the backlash Coco knew was coming. When Coco spoke openly about the wage gap, the reaction was immediate. Some praised her bravery. Some questioned her timing. Some called it unnecessary. Some said she was already rich, why complain? And that last accusation hurt the most, because it revealed the deepest misunderstanding of all. Fighting for fairness isn't ingratitude. It's responsibility. Coco didn't speak because she lacked money. She spoke because she had protection to risk her voice. Brick the invisible cost of speaking up. Being loud as a woman in sports is dangerous. You risk sponsorship hesitation, media distortion, fan backlash, being labeled difficult. Men who speak are leaders. Women who speak are emotional. Coco knew this before she opened her mouth. She spoke anyway. That's not publicity. That's courage. Globe showing Europe Africa the ripple that went beyond tennis. Coco's words didn't stay inside tennis. They spilled into women's football, basketball leagues, Olympic committees, youth academies, sponsorship negotiations worldwide. Young athletes began asking uncomfortable questions. Federations faced uncomfortable meetings. Executives faced uncomfortable statistics. That's how real change begins. With discomfort. Red Heart, what the wage gap really steals. The wage gap doesn't just steal money. It steals security, mental peace, career longevity, post-retirement stability. Male athletes often retire into wealth. Many female athletes retire into uncertainty. Coco understands this reality. Sabalenka feels it. Swiatek knows it. Pegula calculates it. And they refuse to pass that burden to the next generation. Fire the new generation is different. Previous generations fought quietly. This one fights out loud. They don't wait for permission. They don't soften language. They don't ask approval. They demand systems to match performance. And that's why this moment is so dangerous for inequality. These women grew up seeing success as normal. They're not grateful to exist. They expect to rule. Brain power has shifted, and the system knows it. Women's tennis now controls massive viewership, global sponsorship budgets, social media movements, youth participation growth. Money is present. Attention is present. Market demand is present. The only thing lagging behind? Fair distribution. And distribution always changes once power concentrates. Every year these women win, earn, sell, and headline. The wage gap shrinks, not out of mercy, but out of inevitability. Checkered flag final reflection. When truth learns to speak with power. Coco Gauff didn't speak with anger. She spoke with clarity. The kind of clarity that makes people uncomfortable, forces conversations, rewrites expectations. With Sabalenka's power proving worth, with Swiatek's dominance erasing doubt, with Pegula's strategy targeting the system, women's tennis is no longer asking for equality. It is engineering it. And when history looks back on this era, it may not remember every match, but it will remember the moment a young champion dared to say, "We deserve what we earn, and we earn everything we touch." Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.